Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to this live stream about enhancing your natural glow. If I haven't met you yet, my name is Amanda Levesque, and I'm the host of this channel, Science and Magic. Oh, 1 second. Welcome to this live stream. I must have YouTube pulled up. Okay, there we go. That's clicked out. This is going to be a conversation on beauty. And my specialty is working with high achievers, workaholics, high performers, and helping them to understand their nervous system and find a bit more vitality, a bit more ease in their everyday life. And I find that, high achieving women specifically, or those of us who have a naturally feminine essence, at our core, deeply desire to be seen in our beauty and to be recognized in our beauty. And I don't think that's a vain concept. I think it's actually something that's really sacred. And so we're going to talk about beauty in all forms today and what it means to enhance what's natural to us, what's innate in our glow. And so I want to start by the question of what is beauty? What is it? And I love words. I love to play around with words. So the definition that I looked up was it's a quality or a combination of qualities that gives pleasure to the mind or the senses and is often associated with properties such as harmony of form or color, proportion, authenticity, or originality. So key word here, a quality. So it's not just aesthetic looking, and harmony. And I was really drawn to that word harmony, and I want to explore that today. What is beauty? Because I think it's a different quality than words like pretty. Pretty has a more surface level feeling. It doesn't feel as deep to me. Words like hot has this sensuality, this like humidity to it, almost this draw, but it's not the same as beautiful. Beautiful more has like a peace or a calm. And same with sexy. Sexy shows this like depth of attraction. I think this really primal form of I want to maybe mate with this person, or I'm drawn to consume them. But beauty is different. And I'm really intrigued by it. Oh, hi, Claudia. Good morning. I'm so glad that you're here. Great way to start my morning. Yeah, I know. I'm just really enjoying just being nice and cozy. I got some flowers in the background here in honor of beauty. I mean, when I think of beauty in nature, I think of a lot of things. Of course, we're going to talk about it, but flowers are gorgeous and they're all different and they're all different colors and blossomings. So let's consider what is our inspiration for beauty beyond pretty, beyond hot, beyond sexy. Think beauty, depth. Feel free to say hi if you're tuning in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I always love connecting with all of you like this, and definitely give the video a like. And support this channel in that way. That really helps it to be shared and to be spread beyond just the current viewers, which I love all of you, but more people engaging with this work of nervous system and self-reflection, I think will create a more easeful world and community. So let's name some of the things that we might consider beautiful other than humans, just to form like a muse around this topic. And we'll discuss how to evoke beauty within and from our bodies as well. So visually, because again, the definition was about finding harmony within the senses, which I thought was really interesting. So let's start with visual, because I think that's the most commonly recognized form of beauty. Examples that I thought of was a sunset. A sunset is beautiful. So as I'm sharing these ideas through the senses, feel free to share in the chat, in the comments, just starting to riff with beauty, to vibe with the feeling of beauty. A sunset is gorgeous to me. And I think of being on the shore, the coast, and watching this like stunning sunrise or sunset along the horizon, and there being clouds and orange colors and pinks and like a cotton candy sky with a bird flying. Like, you would say that's beautiful. That's not pretty. That's beautiful. I think for some reason I thought of the way peacock feathers just splay and their innate harmonic pattern and how majestic that looks. So I thought of that as beautiful. You could call that pretty, but there's can be a beautiful moment if that peacock is, walking in the certain light of the sky or with a certain backdrop. You could say, wow, that's beautiful. That's nature. Also, the flow of a waterfall, the way water streams over a cliff and spirals and hits the bottom pool of water, and the mist comes, and there's this backdrop of maybe beautiful. Bugs aren't normally called beautiful, but like fireflies around the waterfall, and the way the landscape of the cliff behind it shows its pattern. Like, you would sit by that waterfall and be like, this is beautiful. This is gorgeous. This has beauty to it. So here, by recommendation of the universe guru, hello from Ohio. Oh, I love Amina. I love the universe guru. Thank you so much for being here. That community has a special place in my heart for sure. So you are so welcome here. Evolving me. Hello all. Hi. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so let's go to sound. What do you find beautiful in sound? I thought of the harmony of a choir of singers. There's a moment of like ecstatic, like uplifting of the room when voices are harmonized together. The sound of maybe a solo musician playing on the streets at the perfect time as you're walking. There's like a harmony of events that happens. And know that, like, as I don't know why I'm thinking of this right now, but like that musician, let's say they're playing the violin, they could be playing in a way that's harmonic with the environment, or they could just be playing from their head very logistically. It's going to have a different quality. So in thinking of beauty, it comes from within. And I think I said this in the thumbnail of this video, that true beauty flows from within. So I'm bringing these situations, these sensory experiences in so that we can start to feel the energy of beauty before we talk about it, because it's not something that's just aesthetic. It's something that flows from deep within us. I also thought of the sound of the rumbling of a thunderstorm, like on a hot summer day. And let's say you get to sleep in on a Saturday morning and you hear the rain fall on the windows and the thunder's rolling in, and you have the windows open and it's humid air. Like, that's a beautiful moment. That's beauty. The sound of thunder is beautiful. Hi, Amanda. I just watched your video yesterday where you mentioned that we should list our core essence. I literally wrote beauty as one of my core essences. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's awesome. Me too. So one of my core essences is beauty, because I have a fascination with it. And I feel that it really helps me connect with my feminine essence to not just say I am beautiful, but I am beauty. I embody beauty. I want to radiate beauty from within and outward, the kind of beauty that lights people up exactly and inspires people to seek their own beauty. So this sort of intention, this sort of energy, I believe, will flow from within. Like, everything starts as energy and start to be emitted aesthetically on more traditional, like what we might think of beauty as, like on the facial features or in the body. And since everything starts with that intention, that will start to be emulated in the way that you look and the presence that you give to the world. It's a stunning, I love that example. Thank you. And then we can go into other forms. Like, I think sight and sound are the most common where we think of beauty, but you could think of, can food be beautiful? I think so. I mean, I'm in the United States and there's a lot of like fast food and like scarfing and just like smoothies and eating quickly on the run. But what if beauty, think of a stunning plate of food that's held in community, and the way that the colors are placed. This is where fine dining can be really amazing because it brings in aesthetics and ritual and harmony. And there's harmony in your system as you're eating. And you can look at that plate of food and say, that's beautiful. And then from that visual aesthetic, the taste is a certain way. Oh, that taste is so beautiful. Touch, I think touch can be really beautiful. The holding of a hand of a loved one, the embrace from your lover, being wrapped in your lover's arms. Like these moments can be really beautiful. Touch can feel beautiful. When there's harmony, when there's ease. Smell can be beautiful. That flower smells beautiful. That essential oil on the skin of that person is, coming over to me in this perfect way. And just notice how these situations, they emit a state of like harmony. And I'm going to keep coming back to that word, and vitality and coherence, that there's something about that creates beauty. So beauty is an essence. It's a inside out experience. It's a quality. So I looked up the definition of essence, and it is the intrinsic or indispensable quality or qualities that serve to characterize or identify something, the inherent unchanging nature of something. And so I believe that life at its core, when harmonized with nature, with the natural world, is beautiful. It's unchanging. And to uncover our beauty is to chip away at the things that cover that beauty. It's to regulate the nervous system. It's to work with incoherent patterns. It's to emit natural vitality. It's unchanging. It's an essence. And the inquiry here is really what evokes more harmony? What evokes more harmony in our lives? And how can we be seen in that harmony, especially as feminine energy beings who desire to be ravished, to be seen, to be uplifted and held in beauty, which is nature. That's Mother Nature beauty. Harmony, the definition, is an orderly or pleasing combination of elements in a whole. A relationship in which various components exist together without destroying one another. A relationship in which various components exist together without destroying one another. Orderly or pleasing combination of elements as a whole. It's considering the collective. It's considering the community, the big picture of things. It's working together. So the brain can be in harmony. The body can be working in harmony. Nature can exist in harmony. It's not centered on self. It's not centered on just individuality. It's centered on holism. Like if you think of a beautiful person, they're typically someone who's very kind, compassionate, spiritual, holistic in nature. Now you can be pretty, but not beautiful. You can be hot, but not beautiful. The beauty contains a quality of holism, of seeing the bigger picture of love, truly. So harmony emulates vitality. And when we think of vitality, think of health, and really not just like surface level health, but that kind of health that makes the eyes sparkle and the skin glow. It's our inherent nature when we're not putting toxic foods, toxic thoughts, pollution in the environment. And vitality can also be associated with the more traditional, like base level, just attraction that signifies healthy childbearing. Specifically for women, female bodies, but things like symmetrical features, kind of a balanced physique, the flow of feminine curves, the softness, and that vitality can just be at a base level. Like you might be healthy to, hold a child and to give birth to a child, which is in our biology. But more than that, I think vitality emulates a certain clarity of consciousness, that if we are truly spiritual beings here, that when we're showing vitality, we're showing harmony with our presence, then we are signifying that we've done a lot of the clearing of toxicity, not in a way that's, a judgment, but we're not projecting our experience onto others. it's kind of a property. Like, when someone has beauty or vitality or just feels good to be around, like good energy, good vibes, you want to be in their energy. There's something that draws you to it because it feels good. And I believe we're drawn to harmony. We're drawn to things that are associated with love, truly. And like, this is the highest form of love. And this takes a balanced nervous system. It takes moving out of survival and fight or flight and into a higher state of being. Harmony is really effortlessness. It's effortlessness. The water pours over the edge of the cliff and forms a waterfall and is caught by the water underneath and continues to flow down the river. The sun just sets. There's no effort. The sun sets and rises every day. Things that are harmonic have a certain flow to them. And this is really where it can be difficult for high achievers, high achieving energy, to emit that vitality, to emit harmony and beauty. So I want to talk about some things that I do to evoke more vitality, harmony, and beauty on a physical level. And there's a lot of stuff. So I was just like, it all ties in, if vitality is one of my core essences, beauty is too. So they're tied into each other, but they are different in some ways. And I think, beauty has this enrapturing of feminine essence and connected with nature, connected with love, connected with heart. Looking forward to catching this replay. Oh, welcome. Yeah, say hi if you're here. And you can also say, like, how do you feel beautiful? Like, I'm curious. Is that something that you tuning into this, do you struggle with feeling beautiful? Do you feel beautiful? And how do you showcase your beauty? I love this conversation. I think it's a sacred one. I don't think the desire to feel beautiful is vain. I don't think it's surface level. I think it's deep. I think it's a really deep desire for the feminine to be witnessed. So I look at physical beauty. I have different levels, and there are different priority levels of how I approach this. And the first is nervous system care. And I'll probably talk about nervous system care in every single one of my videos, because that is the base of the work that I do with my clients, is helping them to understand and be with their nervous system. Most of us, especially high achievers, especially workaholics, especially high performers, boss babes, we are in a state of survival. Most. Some have really helped or really gotten the tools to work with the nervous system, but you might not even know that you're in survival. You might just feel irritable or something's off or not quite yourself or hardened or unable to connect. Like, all of these things might signify that you're in survival mode. Even if you consciously know you're okay. It's interesting because high performers are often making a lot of money and they have a lot of things around them and they are very successful, but there's something stirring in them, like their softness isn't being seen. They're unable to release into vitality, and there's something missing within all of that. I'm loving the openness of this conversation. I'm understanding beauty in a different aspect now. Yes. Yeah. And I had a lot of fun brainstorming how to talk about this and share this. And that's one of the things I love about live streaming and offering content, is it asks me to dig deep and to formulate kind of what I live and what I believe and what I embody myself. So I'm so glad it's offering a different aspect. I think too, like when we think of beauty as coming from within, like those of us who might not have like traditional, I don't know, like physical attributes of beauty in certain ways. I believe everyone's so beautiful in their own way. But if we start to get down on ourselves, especially as women, I mean, it's really hard in this current society. And I think in general, I don't know how it used to be, but like this comparison happens. And there's filters on photos, and women are so beautiful. There's so many beautiful people. And so understanding that beauty can come from within and then reflect upon the physical attributes, it can be a really empowering thing to consider. Thankful I received my first affirmation at 7 years old. Oof. That's a really good age. Just because brainwave frequency is still really low then. So you have access to your subconscious. My aunt taught me to tell myself I'm beautiful daily in the mirror. So I have always felt beautiful. Now I'm learning how to show up fully in my feminine power, embodiment. That is so powerful. Oh, if I ever have a daughter, I'm having her do that, because that, like looking at yourself in the eyes and coding, like what I see is beautiful. And if you haven't tried this in the mirror, like even as an adult, try it, see what happens. Just soften your face, look in the mirror and say, you are beautiful. And notice what comes up. Notice if you start to notice all the ways you don't think you are. Notice if it brings up emotion. Just notice, just be with it. Because the truth is, if we don't see our own beauty, it's going to be really hard for others to witness that as well. Embodiment is the goal. That's it. And that is like literally at the core of what I do. Inhabit your body, inhabit your life. We can talk about beauty all we want. We can keep it up here, but beauty comes from the body. It comes from a way of being. So to live beauty, to be beauty, that's the center of this conversation right now. Okay, back to my little steps. Thank you for the conversation, everybody. So nervous system care, this is moving out of survival. This is stepping into a state of rest and digest. Survival hardens the body. It makes it rigid and it makes it pulled in and not open. And this makes sense. I mean, if there's a physical threat in the environment, are we going to be soft and open? Not a chance. So understanding how the nervous system works and doing things to move the body out of a state of fight or flight and into rest and digest, into restoration, is the first step. Like you can put makeup on, you can do skin brushing, you can do all these things. And if you're not out of a state of survival, it's really hard to rest into beauty. So things for me that work are my yoga practice. That is something, if I don't get to my yoga practice at least 3 times a week, I know that my system is a little bit off and I don't quite feel well. I've done that for 10 years, at least 3 times a week, 3 to 5, sometimes even 7. But that to me, it just helps me to feel soft and flexible and strong all at the same time. It helps me connect to my breath. It helps me to flow. Meditation too. I love to do meditation before bed to just come back to the body, to clear energy. Mindfulness in general, just knowing that you're here. Knowing that like a lot of times that survival comes from anticipation of future thoughts and grabbing on to future thoughts, and also reminiscing about past traumas. So if we can bring the body right here through mindfulness meditation techniques, then that helps to shift the body. Like I'm safe in this moment. I have a roof over my head. I have food in the fridge. I have clean water. Here I am. Seeking support from healing practitioners can be a really, really big way to work with the nervous system. So, therapists, professional therapists, I love somatic experience practitioners. They work with the body specifically and kind of maneuver away from just story and into the direct experience of the body. I love to work with the nervous system. I'm not a trained therapist. And I often work with clients who are working with a trained therapist at the same time. I'm very much more forward focused, but I do offer a nervous system education. And that can be really helpful, a complement to therapy as well as embodiment opportunities. My clients have a good understanding of when their body's in survival and what to do about it. So seeking support is huge, especially when working with issues of feeling like you're in survival mode. Inner work. So a lot of you who follow my channel are into inner work, into inner reflection, and that is a gorgeous thing. I also think this ties in with spiritual beauty. So that'll come up later in this conversation. And then the education piece of just knowing that we're physical bodies. I mean, we're more than our bodies 100%, but like we are in these bodies that have developed in a certain way and that respond to stress in a certain way and feel triggered in certain ways, and laying that all out there and just knowing that that's happening and working with it as a conscious being. So nervous system care is base level. I think it's like, if you think of a pyramid, it's the bottom of the pyramid. It's foundational. And I think, like, if you're taking, I don't know why this is coming up, but like two archetypes, like let's say there's a woman who's, wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and she has her hair piled on top of her head, and she just runs to the grocery store quickly, but she is well rested. Her skin's glowing, her eyes have vitality. She's in a state of harmony in her system. She's going to be way more magnetic, in my opinion, than someone who is very dressed up, full face of makeup, beautiful hair, manicured nails, and heels walking in the grocery store. She'll draw attention, but it'll be in more of that maybe hot quality and less of that beauty, if that makes sense. And this is just a very general comparison or example, but it's something to think about. Like, beauty, that nervous system care is this inside out experience. It's a way of being. Excuse me. I'm loving embodiment and being present in the moment. That's it. Yeah, being present in the moment. It forces me to slow down and acknowledge me. And that presence is magnetic. I think presence is just the elixir of just power in a lot of ways, but it is the start to beauty. Beauty is presence. The next thing here is health basics. So this is going to seem obvious, but a lot of us miss these things. Clean water, not drinking water that is affected by pollutants, by prescription pills, by chlorine, and making sure that you have clean filtered water that's remineralized. We are mostly water. We are literally water beings. And so for me, that is like step one of like, what kind of water am I drinking? And if we're drinking harmonic water, then the water will formulate in our skin, in our being, in our bodies, in our organs, everything. It creates more harmony in our body. Nourishing food, a diet's going to be different for every single person, depending on your unique constitution. For me, I prefer a plant-based diet. I eat a lot of whole foods, not a lot of processed foods, and I feel better. I feel more harmonic. This makes sense. When you eat something, it becomes you, and you interact with the world. And so to eat beautiful food, to eat nourishing food is going to create more harmony in your system. Deep sleep, not just sleeping, but deep sleep. A lot of people, especially with that high performing archetype, that high achieving archetype, have a hard time getting good quality sleep. I think, I do have a video on how to get good deep sleep. Maybe I'll link it below, because that's a whole topic of like how to get good sleep. And I'm actually going to be interviewing a neuroscientist sleep expert on my podcast coming up about sleep in general, but it's key. I mean, they don't call it beauty rest for nothing. Like, that restoration is so, so important. I don't know. I have something in my throat right now. Yes, magnetism. That's what I'm after. It feels good. Magnetism feels amazing. I notice when I'm practicing embodiment how much more people want to help and compliment me, because you are inhabiting more than just your head. You're in your whole body. Think of like a sketch, like on like a little stick figure versus a beautiful watercolor painting. You want to be the watercolor painting. That's going to get more compliments. It's going to draw the physical eye more than a stick figure. And when we're in our heads, we become stick figures. We're not in the bodies. So I love that you're working with that. The other things that I do, I consider lighting. So the lighting, a lot of people don't know this, but we are saturated in blue light in our current modern day society. They're, from computer screens, overhead lights, LED lights, fluorescent lights. Like, lighting pollution is a real thing. So considering what lighting you have around you is going to affect how your nervous system is and how your vitality is. Ever since I started dabbling with this, I'm so sensitive to light now. And I mean, I have these like yellow lit glasses. So if I'm watching like TV at night, I have to put them on or I get really irritable. Same if I walk into a room and there's a ton of fluorescent light, I just get so crabby. And then your brow starts to furrow and your eyes start to squint and it's not beautiful, you know? So that's, again, another whole topic, but I use a lot of natural light, incandescent light. I'm very aware of light kind of like at night and in the morning specifically. So, you know, get on the lighting, that helps. Clean air is another big thing. So I have an air purifier that I'm running in the house all the time that I'm breathing. I mean, think of breath. Breath is always happening. So we want to make sure that the air that we're breathing is nice and clean. And then I consider the influence of electromagnetic frequencies. And this is something I'm just learning about more and more, but it makes intuitive sense to me. Like if we always have like, okay, phones, we have computers, there's Wi-Fi everywhere, like that's got to have an effect on our system. So I've been doing some research about that. And like, I don't sleep with my phone around my head at night, or I try not to carry it in my pocket. I actually have a cover for my phone that blocks the radiation, and same, like I don't sit with my computer on my lap. I have a EMF blocking pad that I place it upon so that it doesn't kind of affect my actual physical body. So these are all just like I'm brushing over some like really big topics, but these are just health. So we have nervous system care and we have health. Step 1, and then we're moving up the pyramid to step 2. Looking forward to the beauty sleep segment. I've always have a difficult time getting deep sleep. Oh yeah, maybe that'll be my next live stream is sleep. I know I did a video on it before, so I'm going to see what I mentioned there and see if I could add anything to it. But definitely I'm going to have that neuroscience expert on she's actually one of my old professors in college, and she's really, really good with all the ins and outs of sleep. So the next part of this is beauty rituals is what I call it. And these are like, so once you've got, you know, your nervous system care, you're out of a state of fight or flight, you have your basics, sleep, food, clean air, clean water, all that. Then moving into the beauty rituals can be a really powerful thing. So some things I do for this would be, I was going to grab my gua sha tools, but they're stones, and you maneuver them along the tissue of your face in different ways, and it moves lymph as well as shapes the face and brings fresh blood to the face. So I do gua sha probably daily. Maybe I'll miss a day out of the week, but for me, it feels good. I do it before I put any makeup on. It lifts the face. It reduces fine lines. It works against gravity, and I love it. It feels so good. We hold a lot of tension in the face. And when thinking about beauty, tension is not beautiful because that's that tightness. That's not the softening, the yielding, the openness. It shows when we have tension in the face that the nervous system is activated and charged, and that there's not coherent patterns going on in the body. I also do face yoga. So I've started to do different exercises with my face to just work out the muscles of the face. And over time, this reduces skin sagging and shapes the face and creates a more youthful experience. I love doing these things. It feels good. And I do it before, I prioritize this before makeup. And then I am adding the makeup to a face that is more harmonic, that is more peaceful, that is more relaxed, rather than covering up something, if that makes sense. And this takes time. And I'm not doing it just to get a result. I'm doing it because it feels good in the moment. I'm curious about all of your beauty rituals. So if you have beauty rituals, please do share them in the chat. I love beauty rituals. Like I find them to be so delicious and so fun. I feel so feminine when I'm doing them. Another thing that I do is skin brushing. So I have a brush and I brush my skin all over, and this just revitalizes. This feels so good. It like wakes me up from the outside. It exfoliates. It moves lymph, it moves energy. And especially if you live in a dry environment, this can feel so good. And it also creates a little bit of redness, which is fresh blood flow coming to revitalize the area. But I do this again, almost daily before I go in the shower. Another thing that I do is an oil massage. So I spend, 5 or 10 minutes, I lay out a towel, and after I skin brush, I'll rub oil all over my body, sesame oil. And this comes from an Ayurveda suggestion called Abhyanga of oil massage, but it feels so good, especially, again, I live in Minnesota, it's dry, it's winter, and it just feels like it revitalizes my skin. And, sometimes I'll just be like listening to a podcast and doing it. And sometimes it'll be a more sacred experience where I infuse self-love affirmations into my skin as I do this. But I work around the joints. I work every single area gets oil on it. And it's warm oil, so making sure that the oil is warm. And then what I do is I step into a hot shower, and then that excess oil is washed off. But I know for me too, this feels like it really nourishes my nervous system. It calms me down. It feels like it adds this coating to my nervous system that soothes it. It's like a self-soothing property. It's one of my most favorite beauty rituals, and it's nervous system care at the same time. But I feel like my skin just stays so soft. I love it so much. I also love I have a grounding biomat, which has amethyst crystals in it, and then also uses infrared heat. So I'll often lay on my grounding mat before bed or in the morning or throughout the day if I'm doing a meditation. And it feels like it really just connects my body to the earth. This one might not be a beauty ritual so much as like health. It could be like grounding, but I love that. And then I use my red light therapy. So I showed that I have a red light panel, and I'll sit in front of that for 20 minutes. I don't do that daily, but I do it pretty frequently. And what the red light does is it activates mitochondria energy in the face, boosts collagen. It helps to offset the incredible amount of blue light frequency that we're kind of intaking all day. And I just feel like it's really, really good for the skin. So those are some of my beauty rituals that I love. And of course, baths. Yes, like Epsom salt soaks, making the bath beautiful, putting flowers out so that I can see the flower when I'm, in the bath, lighting candles, listening to gorgeous music, these sorts of things. They tie in with nervous system and health. It all kind of flows, but I do consider a beauty ritual, like if I'm doing my face yoga, but I'm feeling super charged or triggered, like it's going to be really hard to release those muscles. Let's see what you guys are saying about your beauty rituals. Daily bath soaks. I use a jade roller. That's a different thing. I use a jade roller at night with my serums. I love the jade roller. I forgot about that. Yeah. Sometimes I'll put my jade roller in the freezer, and then in the morning I take it out and I'll just roll that cold jade stone over the bottoms of my eyes. It feels really good. Weekly face masks. Yes. Weekly deep condition treatments for my hair. Oof. I need to get in that. A deep condition treatment for the hair. I feel like that'd be so good for like the scalp too. Like we often think of how good a scalp massage feels. Like just makes me want to like scratch my head right now, but I'll mess up my hair. But think of how that gets blood flow to the area and gets the hair growing in a more luscious, thick, long formation way. I don't know, but that's a great idea. Let's see. We have meditation. Awesome. Exercise. Oh, I forgot exercise in the health one. Yeah, of course. Movement is really, really important. Moving the body, dancing, getting the heart beating, running, whatever, strength training, dry brushing, another dry brusher. Yes. Korean skincare routine. Ooh, interesting. I wonder what I want to know more about that. What is your skincare routine like? Deep conditioning hair. You all are making me want to deep condition my hair. I considered buying a grounding mat. I do grounding meditation. Yes, I love mine. I tend to be more air oriented. Like I always say I'm an airbender. I'd like to work in that mental realm. So for me to ground my body is a really powerful practice. I also enjoy beauty showers. Ooh, a beauty shower. I was talking about a beauty bath earlier, but let me consider what a beauty shower is. Those include the shower steamer bombs. Oh, yes, I just recently got some of those. I need to try that. And using exfoliating scrubs, shaving, and while I'm washing or oiling my body, I speak how much I love my body. I love that. You have some really amazing uses of affirmations, and feel very inspired by that. I'm just now understanding the importance of baths. I've always taken showers. Um, yeah, I think that people can tend to one or the other, and I don't think it's like a bad thing either way. Showers can feel really meditative for me. There's something about the pouring of the water, like that waterfall feeling, that could feel really soothing too. Could you create a video on the relation of water to feminine energy? Oh, yeah, that would be a really cool video. Water. I mean, I've been wanting to do a water video for a long time to show you all my water rituals because I have so many. I'm an Aquarius sun sign, so the holding the water bearer, I feel like it's a big thing that I've embodied in my life, and I would love to tie that into feminine energy. There's so much there. Thank you for that suggestion. It's a 10-step skincare routine. Oh, well, you should do a YouTube video on that. I'm so curious. I love learning people's beauty rituals. I find it to be so inspiring, and it just feels so feminine even talking about it. So just notice how you feel even talking about it. It feels good, doesn't it? Like to take care of these bodies that we're in and to dedicate some time to beauty and to glow and to well-being and vitality. It's like, it just feels so good. I'm like a self-proclaimed affirmation queen. Yes, my channel will be full of them this year. The evolving feminine. Ooh, I love that. I'll have to check you out. I love that. Very inspiring. I've been using a new overnight mask on my face after my skincare routine. And when I wake up, my face is glowing and so moisturized. Ooh, that's another one. Yeah. Face masks. I like those. And I love that this one's overnight because you can wake up and just, just like enjoy the benefits of that. So that's a great idea. Oh, I also have been getting into, I don't know if you've heard of like face taping, but you can just tape different fine lines or different aspects of your face. So I've been working with my forehead, and I'll just, it's just like adhesive. I spray rose water and then put the tape on, and it kind of freezes the face overnight. I know that sounds weird, but it's not Botox where you're injecting it inside. You're doing it on the outside. So it's training your muscles. So if you're someone who frowns a lot, especially at night, or like lifts the brows, it trains the muscles to be relaxed in association with your dreams. And you can wear them during the day, but they look silly. So it's like, if you're interacting with anyone during the day, you probably wouldn't want to. But those have been really cool because I wake up and I have this like really smooth forehead. And sometimes I wear it through the morning while I'm journaling, and I notice if I'm clenching my forehead. So it retrains the muscles. It's kind of a cool ritual I just started getting into in the past week. Also, I would love to learn more about how to embody the energy of a water bearer as an Aquarius. Okay, you've all convinced me. So we've got a video on sleep and a video on water. Maybe the one on water will be next week or the week after. I feel really inspired by that. Okay, so the next step to this is grooming. And grooming, think of it as dressing up your radiance. So you've got your nervous system out of a state of fight or flight. You've got your health routine down, your, clean water, good food, good sleep, exercise. You've got beauty rituals going on. You're brushing your skin. You're taking care of your face. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Taking care of your face. You're taking care of your hair, your deep conditioning. You're feeling like a queen. And now is the last layer of dressing it up. So this is things like going and get your nails done, painting your own nails, the ritual of doing your nails, shifting how you play around with your makeup, how you do your eyeshadow, what foundation you use, what lipstick you put on. Are you putting any like little glitter touches anywhere? Highlighter. Wearing cute outfits, putting some effort into what you want to wear and how you want to present yourself and how you want to dress this body that you're in, this healthy, beautiful body. So I think that like an outfit can be beautiful, but I think having that inner beauty first and then dressing it up just enhances the natural beauty. I don't know that you could be in a state of survival and have a beautiful outfit on and be called beautiful. Your outfit might be beautiful, but I don't think like the person who's stressed out would be like, oh, you're beautiful right now. I don't know. I'm just processing that right now. What are some things that you guys do for grooming? This is an area of my life that I've grown a lot in the past year and a half. I mean, you can kind of see it on my YouTube videos. Like I've been really having a lot of fun with this. And I have so much more to learn about how to do my makeup, how to do my hair. You know, it's funny, when I was a teenager, my mom didn't let me wear makeup. She said, Amanda, you're a beautiful girl, and I don't want you to get used to getting what you want from your beauty. And so I wasn't allowed to play with makeup. And actually, I've been working with that belief of, okay, well, why not? Why can't I get what I want from dressing up and being beautiful? So that's a whole belief system, I think, to dive into. But it's one of the big reasons I think I've like blocked my shine a lot by not letting myself be well groomed, by not thinking that it mattered as much. So I feel like I've really gotten these, you know, my beauty rituals down, my nervous system care, health. And this is the fourth layer that I've really been working on to dress up the beauty that's already flowing from within. Oh yeah, getting like lash extensions is also really fun. Doing your brows. Let's see. Would that work as a Cancer? Wait, would what work as a Cancer? I have a Cancer rising, so I'm assuming yes. Cancer is very watery too. I love some Cancer energy. I love water. I love you guys. I love water. Me too. I just gave myself a mani-pedi. It's so fun. The act of doing it's really fun too. Like not just the after effect, but the ritual of it can feel very feminine. Love H2O too. I love the love of water on this channel. Great. Okay. So my video will be well received. Look out for it. I use frownies. Yeah, that's what I'm mentioning. The frownies, the little face tapes. I just started. So I'm wondering how long you've been using them, and do you like them? Great. Okay. So we've got, embody energy as an Aquarius video. Would it work for Cancers? Oh yeah. I think that like a part of us is a part of everything, right? So just if we're like a Cancer, like I did a projector video, a human design projector video, last week, I think, but I think it just relates to feminine energy. So there's parts of us that are more amplified, like Aquarius sun, Cancer sun, and specific, but I think you can take elements of anything and kind of like apply it in general. So for sure, and especially Cancers being, you know, sun signs and, you know, not sun signs, really connected to water, a water sign. Definitely. And I'm Cancer rising. So I've, have an embodiment of Aquarius and Cancer, Virgo moon too. Okay. Moving on. So that's physical. And the next step of this would be evoking harmony in spirit, in energy, in presence, and in aura. So we have the physical beauty, we have the softness of the skin, and we have the vitality in the eyes and the long, luscious hair. Doesn't need to be long, but like luscious hair, and even the grooming aspect. We've dressed it up, all these things. So now what is it to evoke beauty in spirit? To become a beautiful human being, to become a beautiful person, to let the goddess flow from within you. And I like to, let me see some affirmations that I use first before we get into this as well. I'm just looking at the time. Wow, I've been on this for 48 minutes now. Thank you for joining me. This is fun. This is a fun way to start my day. So an affirmation I use, Evolving Me, you can let me know if you have affirmations you use. I am seen in my breathtaking beauty. I am seen in my breathtaking beauty. My radiance is a refreshing gift to any space I enter. My radiance is a refreshing gift to any space I enter. I am a vessel for the goddess. I am a vessel for the goddess. So these are some affirmations that I use to imagine beauty flowing through me, and I am a vessel for that beauty, and I am seen and witnessed in it. And that beauty, that radiance, is a refreshing presence to anyone around me, to the environment around me. And I think being dedicated to beauty in that way is a gift, because beauty, the world needs more beauty. So why wouldn't you want that energy to inhabit your body? That feminine energy, that goddess energy. So thinking of it more of just like it's me, as in it's something flowing through me. It's a sacred energy. It's a devotion. It's a dedication. Like I truly feel like I am devoted to the energy of beauty. Like it feels spiritual to me. So affirmations of self-love can be a really powerful way to amplify this. And you want to think about your energy. So the nervous system is electric, and it creates an energy field around the body. It's a magnetic energy field. It's often called the aura. So incoherent patterns in the nervous system, tightness in the nervous system, restriction can cause incoherent energy patterns around. We are designed as humans to sense fear, just as, beings, animals do this too. They can sense fear because that helps us to survive. If there's another, being, animal, person that is sensing fear, we need to know that so that we can also see what the threat is. So think about, nervous system care is a part of this, energy coming from the nervous system, but also cleaning, like energetic hygiene, like making sure the energy that you're emitting is as associated with harmony, as associated with love as possible. So I'm not an energy expert, though I really am energetically sensitive, but you could work with an energy practitioner, someone who really has a feel for energy and knows how to work with it. And you could have them guide you through cleansing. You could also look up, I have a meditation called chakra endocrine system toning. I'm going to link that in the description, but that's going through all the energy centers of the body and toning them and clearing them and amplifying their natural frequency. You could do an energy clearing meditation. You could find one that you like. Maybe I'll offer that on my channel to cleanse your energy of anything that you've picked up that might not be yours. We are all connected, but there are boundaries between who we are as our own beings and then those around us. Like we're connected, but there's boundaries at the same time. So cleansing your energy and then doing cord cutting. So I've heard that like when we connect with someone, that there can be cords that link us to that person, and that you can work with a practitioner or maybe on your own if you feel well-versed enough to do a ritual to cut that cord, cleanse the energy. So you just want this really clear energy around you. You could do smoke cleansing. So burning like sage or Palo Santo and cleansing the energy field. You could have tea light candles around you. This is definitely more woo, but I think we all know, like, when someone has good energy, they have good energy. There's a lightness. We see light. There's clarity. There's a sense of soothingness and a relaxed, vibe about them. And so thinking of the energy that you're emitting in a room and letting it be refreshing, clear, radiant, letting it be soft, and not polluted with nervous system survival, fear thoughts, polluted with other people's projections, inputs. It can be, I think that's really what emits a lot of beauty. I radiate love. My energy is light and playful. I am beautiful. I bring love and light. I am enough. Oh, those are great affirmations, evolving me. I love that. I love that you have connected like love, light. My energy is light and playful. Like all these things are just create beautiful energy. That's how I found you, projector life. Yeah, projector life. It's a real thing. Thank you for the chakra toning exercise. Yes, I will add that. I have an appointment I have to run to here in like 10 minutes, but I'll add it when I get back. So look for it in the description. Love this conversation. I'm so glad. I'm loving it too. I'm having so much fun. It's lasting way longer than I thought. This live is confirmation for me. I'm in the right space. I literally have an affirmations book coming out. Oh, it's so good. It's such a powerful tool, using affirmations, because they work with the nervous system. They work with flowing energy through the brain in a certain way so that it's rewiring your brain, especially through repetition. It's great. The other part of this energy clearing, and I think this is the last part that I'll touch on because I will need to wrap up, but prayer. So devotion to something higher, to something bigger. And when that something higher is associated with love and harmony, it's that same love that flows through the universe, through nature, then you can absorb yourself in that and be associated with that common collective energy that I spoke about in the beginning of this live stream, that like there's a part of us that recognizes each other in each other. And our truth, I believe, is love and harmony. And so that creates a beautiful person when they are softened to that love and harmony. And the divine, God, the universe, however you want to call it, the presence that is the supreme of love, like that will, like dedicating and surrendering your life to that will help absorb any conditioning of fear, of limits, of scarcity. So things like spending time in nature, that automatically codes you to more harmony and to more higher frequency energies, being in front of the waterfall, seeing the sunrise, being in a field of flowers, like all of these things, your soul's going to recognize like, oh, this is me. I'm a part of this. Reading spiritual literature and poetry. Like I love some Rumi, Hafiz. I love reading Celtic literature and anything that pulls me into that mystic space and helps me to feel more than just me. That makes me feel more like into my energy, and that automatically codes my energy into harmony and into love. So that devotion to something bigger and something higher can really help you to have a beautiful presence, because others are recognizing you as love. And that's beautiful. And then that inner harmony, that inner energy, when we get our energy to be cleansed and associated with vitality and harmony and love, then that starts to show in our physical features. Like it starts to show in our eyes. The body's always growing. It's not fixed. So like the body starts to form in accordance to our thoughts and to our energy. And so starting there and having that dedication towards beauty, that devotion towards beauty, that devotion towards love will start to form the physical features as well. I do believe that. Okay, I'm a projector and I absolutely would love to hear your advice on how to draw my Manny Jen's man's adoration back to me. Definitely in the stage of neediness. Ooh, this would be an interesting topic. I won't have time to do this right now. I don't know that I could do a specific like manifesting generator. Like I don't study human design, but as an embodied projector, or a projector who's working on embodiment all the time, every day, I think I could speak to this topic of magnetism and neediness. That's a really interesting topic too. You all are giving me some good video ideas. I have 3 now. If you have suggestions for manifestors, again, I don't feel comfortable really sharing about that because I don't live that experience. And so anything that I share would just be from like hearsay, from, watching other YouTube videos, and I don't actively study it. So I'm not sure. I'm following affirmations in some of Mina's courses. Mina's courses are amazing. I highly recommend them. Shout out to the Universe Guru. Oh, you all found me from Mina's channel. Yeah, she inspired me to start this channel. I mean, I was in her CEO Boss Queen program. And if you're in that program, you can see my journey, how I was pretty resistant to it. And she inspired me to be here and hosted me for a collaboration on her channel about being a projector. And I owe a lot to her for me even being here right now talking about this, because I had to clear a lot of blocks to record a YouTube video, let alone live stream. She is such a star. The course is called CEO Boss Queen. I don't know if the cart's still open, but you could probably email her team, and she, if you're interested in enrolling, we just started this year. She's doing one live stream every month in that community. And we had our first one this month. But it'll be monthly, for the rest of the year. So I'm sure she might be able to work something out with you. Okay. She has inspired me too, and you are as well. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. As a human design projector, that helps me to feel seen, and being here helps me feel in my flow and activates parts of me. And I feel so grateful to be interacting with all of you like this. And I anticipate it to grow more and more because it feels natural to me. Like once I get through that block and just do it, I feel like it just flows out of me. And here an hour has passed and I'm still talking. So, I'm so glad that you feel inspired. So really the key here, I'll just wrap this up, is that wanting to be seen in beauty, it's sacred. It is a sacred desire. And there are so many things that you can do to emulate your natural beauty. You are beauty. Just by existing, like life is beauty. And so it's about centering your experience into that beauty and then letting that beauty be a gift to others. Like just as nature is beautiful, every flower is uniquely beautiful. You have your own unique beauty, your unique blossoming, your unique colors of existence. And I think as you emulate your beauty, you're going to show more of your spirit, more of your soul, and that is a gift. So your desire to be seen in your beauty is a gift. And it must happen for the world to be more complete. Your presence can become this like life-giving offering to the world. It can give life. Beauty gives life. And it's really not about what you do at that point. It's about the harmonic energy that you're emitting. And that's feminine energy. So for those of you who follow my channel for feminine energy, that uncovering your natural beauty, being a beautiful presence to the world, is going to really amp up your feminine energy, because then it's really not about what you do. Your presence by nature is beautiful, refreshing, life-giving, and radiant. And that's the heart of beauty. If you're interested in continuing to interact with me, I'm going to keep doing live streams. I also do private coaching. I love, love, love doing it. I'm thinking about, let me know. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but at some point this year, I'm thinking about creating a course called Nervous System of a Goddess, and going through some of these themes of not just nervous system care, but also the add-ons of beauty rituals and grooming and feminine energy. So I have a lot of nervous system like education out there, and in my curriculum. Like right now I have a program called Work Deliciously. That's amazing. It's designed for high achievers and helping them to take what they're already doing, but have more embodiment within that, feel more in their body, more in their heart, feel more regulated. But I was thinking a course called Nervous System of a Goddess would be like this beautiful, amazing experience. And I feel it flowing through me. It's not formulated yet. It's just the start of an idea, but it's nervous system plus feminine energy plus beauty. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, in the chat, and I'll take your feedback. I would say look for a video on water coming up, water and feminine energy. There's going to be one on sleep, and then we have one about magnetism. I think there was a request on magnetism. So stepping out of neediness and into really composure and drawing things into you. So that's amazing. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for your live stream. The desire to be, yes, beautiful. Okay. I love that. Okay. All right. You all have given me lots of good ideas. I do have an appointment, so I have to go, and I could have talked more. That's the funny part, is I'm in flow right now. So thank you so much for being here, and give this video a like. Please share it with other goddesses in your life, other queens, other feminine energy beings who desire to be devoted to beauty. And I hope to see you in the next one. Be sure to hit the little bell if you want to be notified when I go live again. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.